All right, another video. I had to sit and think on what I wanted to do next for a video, and I just watched a clip of something that pissed me off. It's a state trooper, you know, them with their flat bill hat, kind of. He's different, but whatever. They look like fucking drill sergeants and shit. Like they're like us citizens are just in boot camp or something. They don't know the law. Obviously, we already all know that. But when I was watching this, I'm like, I kind of had a realization that I probably should have already had, and I have never heard it spoken of on YouTube. They literally gave up knowing basic rights. I don't know how to word this completely right. They basically gave up understanding basic law, civil rights, and all that stuff that they're supposed to know, and put it upon us to either, which most people don't care to understand their rights, law, yada yada. I already know all that. But then when somebody like us come along that are slightly educated or fully educated, they call us ignorant of the law that they're supposed to be stepping on and holding that. A journalist should not have to. That's the misconception too. They call us auditors and stuff like that. Yes, we are auditing. But here's the thing that and correct me if you feel differently. That's fine with me. That's all right. Journalists go out and they get harassed and fucked with constantly. And so instead of the cops doing their jobs and at least knowing basic law, I don't expect cops to know every freaking law. Nobody should. Nobody should expect them to know that. That's why we have judicial systems and all this. And you know what I'm getting at. But if you just can understand basic law, then you can come, oh, somebody called the cops on this guy for recording. Okay, well, he's within his rights to do so, but that usually never happens. They just throw all of that shit out the window and just want to enforce. And they're used to citizens just bowing down. Then they call you a sovereign citizen or an auditor, and it's like, no, dude. Journalists get fucked with so much that they have to take it upon themselves when it's the law enforcement officers' jobs to know these laws, like basic stuff. That's all we ask for is basic stuff. That's all I really ask for personally, but they're the first ones to tell us we're ignorant of the law, even though they don't know it, and we already know that. Or we're sovereign citizens or auditors. No, we're just journalists trying to conduct our story, and we get fucked with so much that we gotta stand 10 toes down, which we should anyways, but we shouldn't have to do it. We shouldn't have to have this whole auditing movement. You know what I mean? Like, the shit has just changed so far along the curve over the years that I don't know, it's just all out of whack. It's like, dude, you guys are literally getting schooled by citizens on shit you should already know. The most basic of stuff. It's like not hard at all. And then they'll be like, oh, where'd you get your law degree? There's fucking nurses and other many jobs out there where you can literally get certified by doing online schooling. You don't even got to do online schooling. That's why why do you think Google was created? So people can share information. And yeah, you got to use your little noodle up here to decide, this is good information, bad information, bad information. Sometimes you might screw up doing that. It's just like when I started watching all these audits and stuff like that. Like, I've watched everybody, and I still do. But you got to pick out which ones you can trust. And for example, I watch a lot more than what I'm about to tell you, but lackluster, audit the audit. Here's the deal, We the People University. Obviously, Long Island audit. Auditing Erie County, James Freeman, James Madison audits. Accountability for all those are just, and that's just a handful. There's some guys I might be missing, but all those are just great channels to go over and just watch their stuff, and they will educate you. They'll bring the receipts. Oh, the armed fishermen. I don't know if I already said auditing Erie County, but those are just all great channels to go watch and educate yourself on. And even, it's like, dude, law enforcement officers should... Why would you guys not just go watch some of them channels and learn, like... Because at the end of the day, that's all auditors are trying to do. Auditors, journalists is what I prefer to say. It's just about education. There's nothing wrong about being wrong about something and being educated. And if you're just going to let your ego get hurt because somebody corrects you or somebody doesn't bow down to your stupid shit, then maybe you're the bully. Maybe you're the problem. I'm here to tell you, you are indeed both of those problems. I mean, I don't know. It's just very interesting. So I think that's all I got on that. Hopefully going to be conducting another audit here soon. The local mission. I might go do that right now, actually. The local mission is... it probably won't turn into an audit, but it might. I don't know. And that's the thing, too. Like, cops don't understand. Journalists are just there to work on their story. People get butthurt. They call the cops. The cops don't understand basic law most of the time. Then it turns into an audit. And then there are auditors out there that just strictly audit, which I'm all fucking for. Yeah, hell yeah. But it's like, I feel like auditing started to derive from back in the day when normal journalists were just out there working on, like, I don't know, fucked up taxes or whatever the hell it may be, whatever story they're working on. And then kind of auditing just became a thing out of that. Like, they realized, law enforcement just doesn't understand this shit, so they got to understand it for themselves. And it makes me wonder how much flack does, like, MSNBC, ABC, Fox News, whatever, you get what I'm saying, mainstream media, how much flack do they get? I really want to, somebody that's smarter than me as far as this shit goes, I'd really like to see somebody try and figure that out. Like a really large auditing channel should definitely look into something like that. I think that'd be very interesting to, like, find out excuse me, find out the receipts on literally, like, how often do those large channels, just those large legitimate multi-million-dollar news agencies get fucked with. Like, I think that'd be very interesting. I'm sure it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen or anything. I'm just honestly bored bullshitting, but these are just thoughts that I've had. And I was like, dude, I gotta do a video on this. So, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, give me a like or something, maybe. Share it, whatever. But, yeah, that's all I got.